Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the series of Python tutorial. Today we will see a concept of global variables in Python. We have already studied about functions, return type, assignment, and how to declare a variable. Now, as soon as I write a is equals to 3, a becomes a variable in Python, and anything which is declared outside the function is treated as a global variable. For example, a and b are two global variables which have been declared in Python. Now, if I make a function called glofnc, we can give any name, and in this function I wish to access a. I wish to print the value of a. For example, I say that I wish to print the value of a and b. And if I'll run this program, what you will find is that the value which was declared outside the function is accessible within the function, and it gives the values a and b. So let me run this program. As we all know that when we have to run, we have to save it. So let me save it by giving a name, and we run this program. So as soon as we run this program, it will give an output of 3 and 5, but for it we have to call the function because the function has not been called. So we can call the function from the shell also and from the editor also. So let us call from the shell. We call this function, and you see the output becomes 3 and 5. So this shows that the variable which is declared outside the function is accessible within the function, and these variables are global functions. But see, there is an interesting thing in Python. If I do something like this, like a is equals to 6, and then again I call a print statement says a. Now see what happens. I execute this, I call the function glo_fnc and see. It gives an error. It says local variable a referenced before assignment. So what is the concept in Python is that within the function, if I am trying to change the value of the variable, then it gives an error. It says that local variable a referenced before assignment. The reason being is, try to understand the reason. This statement, which is a is equals to 6, is trying to create a new variable. It is trying to create a new variable a, and this print statement, which is written before this assignment, it is giving an error. This print statement is saying that you are trying to use a variable before it is being created, because as soon as I make a variable which is of the same name, which is a global variable which has been declared outside the function, the variable which is inside the function, the local variable, get precedence, and the function gives an error that you are trying to access this. If I put this in line comment, you see, and then I run the program and I call the function, see, then it does not gives an error. Why? Because it is not this variable which is creating an error, it is this line which is creating an error. This line tries to say access the value of a, and a is declared after this statement. Remember, the reason is because whenever we declare a variable which is of the same name, which is declared outside the function, then the priority is given to the local variable. So the interpreter says that you are trying to access the variable which has not been declared. It is declared after this statement. So how can you use it? But there is another way also in which we can use the variable which is declared outside the function, and we can use it within the function. The way to use it is a simple method. We say global a. What do we do is we write it global a. Now what does this statement tells? There is a lot of confusion about this statement, that this statement makes the variable global. It is not making the variable global. All the variables which is declared outside the function are global by default. Now what is this statement doing? This statement is telling the interpreter that wherever a will be referenced, wherever a is referenced within the function, this is the same copy of a which is declared outside the function. So this should not give an error because this a is treated as the a which is declared over here. Now this statement is changing the value of a to 6 and it will print 6. But in case I go outside the function and then I print a, then you will see that this value which is given inside the function does not change the value of a which is outside the function. That it dies as soon as we leave the function. The local variable dies as soon as we leave the function and it gives the old value. So if I run this, you will see to it that the last print a gives the value 3. If I call the function glo_fnc, if I call the function, you can see that the first printf gives 3,5 and then this print gives 6 because we have changed the value of a. But the value which is changed, it is for this local variable, and when we use it before declaring a local variable, it takes the global variable which is declared outside the function. Now by writing this global, we can even do certain expressions and assignments and operations with this a. If I hide this global, if I make it in a comment, then this print statement will give an error even if I do certain type of operation, because this a plus b is again trying to create a new variable a. So this will give an error. You can see as soon as I will call a function, as soon as I call the function, it will give an error. See, local variable a. So to summarize with, all the variables which are declared outside the functions are global by default. To use them within the function we can use, but if we are changing the value or if we are using them before declaring the keyword global, it gives an error because we are trying to change the value and we are trying to access it, because whenever we change the value, another local copy is created. So the local variable which is declared within the function is given a priority to make understand the compiler that you are going to use the same variable which has been declared outside. You have to give a keyword called global. So that's all for global and local variables in Python. In the next video we will study more about other things, that is recursion, logical operators and import, and many more things of Python. So keep on watching these videos. Thank you.